Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started tonight. Welcome to the leader chat for January 2020. The title is called How to Marie Kondo Your Cookie Sale, or How to Organize Your Cookie Sale. My name's Brittany Carver, and I'm the Director of Membership here at the Council at Girl Scouts of Central Illinois. So let's go ahead and get started. So tonight we're going to cover a few different things. I know that most of you have probably already had your cookie training, or you've watched another cookie training online, and there's a lot of information out there. This is more geared toward how to organize your paperwork and how to organize the behind the scenes stuff, not so much the computer work and everything else that you've already learned in the cookie sale. So these are just tips to make it a little bit easier. So first we'll talk about training with your parents and setting expectations, the parents of the girls in your troop. Then we'll talk about the initial order pickup and what to expect, how to sort the cookies by girl and the best way to do that, individual girl order pickup, covered orders, collecting money, and placing recognition orders. So first, as far as training your parents go, there is a training already set up for you online at our website. So if you go to getyourgirlpower.org, you can find a whole bunch of resources at your fingertips. So I'm going to show you those right now. So I got to it by clicking on cookies and then going to resources for volunteers, and then volunteer cookie resources. And under the cookie forms and resources tab, there are all kinds of resources here for you. And so the parent cookie training is the one that says 2020 parent and girl training right here. So when I click on that, it takes you to this here. And so it's just basically like a PowerPoint that walks you through the main points of the sale that you'll want to make sure that you cover with your parents. If you can't remember what different pieces are on this PowerPoint, feel free to ask anybody at the council. We can help remind you what it means or help you along the way. So we'll get back to the PowerPoint. So the next thing you'll want to do, besides just training your parents about the cookie sale, you'll want to educate them a little more on the financial literacy aspect of the sale. So sometimes when we're in a sale, any type of sale, that whether it's for school or whatever, it's very easy for parents to just take an order card or something to work and pass it around. But then the girl isn't having a piece of that sale where she learns very important aspects of financial literacy, such as goal setting, decision making, money management, people skills, and business ethics. So we definitely want the girls to be part of this program and part of selling the cookies, because it is a program and it is meant for girls to learn different skills. It's not just to raise money. It can feel like that if you don't consciously remind yourself and make an effort to teach the girls during the sale. So that's something we want to keep in mind. If you have questions about the financial literacy aspect, you can see the December leader chat that's on our website, and it goes over what those aspects are and how to teach the girls the different skills that we want them to learn. So the third thing you'll want to talk about are deadlines with the parents. So the council has given you as a troop leader different deadlines. So you'll want to push those deadlines up a little bit for your parents to make sure you have enough time to gather information from them and get it to the council. So for instance, there will be an ACH deadline of, actually I can pull it up here right now. The first ACH will come out of the troop account February 25th. So in order to have time for all the funds to be processed and in the account so it can be ACH'd out on the 25th, we recommend getting all of the money into the account by the 21st, which may mean you may not be able to go to the bank on the 21st. So you need to figure out what time that week you can get to the bank to make a deposit, and then tell the parents when you need it, when you need the money by then. So it could be that you're having a troop meeting that week or the week before, and so you want all the money they have in by then so you can deposit it into the account. It could be that you want them to swing by your house and drop it off, or you want to swing by and pick it up. However you decide to exchange the money is up to you, but just make sure that they have a deadline ahead of whatever deadline you have on this cookie calendar. This cookie calendar is found in the Troop Cookie Coordinator Guide, and that is under the volunteer resources on our website. You should also have gotten it when you got trained for cookies, for the cookie sale. So then we get into other expectations, setting expectations for parents. So one of the deadlines, or a few of the deadlines, are also these covered orders here. So a covered order is where you place it on a Sunday and then it can be picked up later in the week. You're going to want to have that deadline set for the parents to get it to you by like that Saturday, so you can place it by Sunday and get the order in without there being a bunch of last minute changes. That'll be easiest for you. So then who can pick up cookies? So here at the council, we say that leaders or co-leaders can pick up cookies. So we try to limit it to that because we know that as leaders, you guys are trying to keep track of your inventory and make sure that you don't have too many cookies for the troop that you can't get rid of at the end of the sale. So we want to make sure that you can control your inventory by making sure that you and your co-leaders are the ones that can pick up cookies, or your cookie coordinator. So if a parent comes in just to get cookies for her daughter, we're going to call you, or we're going to ask for verification that they have permission to pick up cookies. So if that's something you want your parents to be able to do, you can just give us a call and let us know so we can make sure that we don't give them any hassle there. And then cookie booths. So you need to set an expectation with the parents in the troop. Are parents going to handle cookie booths on their own? Are you going to schedule troop cookie booths that all the girls have an opportunity to take part in? How are you going to do that? You just need to be fair and consistent with all of the girls in your troop when you decide that. So moving on, then we have the initial order. So the initial order is due by January 14th at 11 p.m. The earlier you get this order in, the better. So if it's due by January 14th for you, you're probably going to want to tell your parents that you want whatever initial order they want for their girl by like the 10th or 11th. So you have time to sit down, total it all up for the troop, and then get it put into the system by the 14th at 11 p.m. There have been times when people have waited until the last minute and everybody's on there and the system crashes. So just make sure that you get it in as early as possible and you'll be good to go. We also want to make sure that you are getting signed permission slips from each of the parents. So for this initial order, the permission slip, it looks like this, and it is on our website as well. The permission slip has down here a place where they can make their initial order. And this says it's due to the troop leader by January 10th. So that'll give you time to put the initial order in. So they tell you how many boxes they want to order of each type of cookie. They don't have to order it by case or by saying they can order 7 lemon ups, they could order 1, and that's individual boxes that will be for sale. Then when you add up all of those boxes for the troop, you'll figure out how to put them in cases. So this will be how they place their initial order with you, and then you'll just tally up the bottom here. And then you need to make sure that they have signed this here stating that their daughter has permission to sell cookies. Then we want to help the parents estimate how many cookies they may need to get for their initial order. So I pulled this out of the troop coordinator guide. So these are the averages per program grade level that girls sold last year. So if they were a daisy, they sold 162 boxes. We suggest not ordering more than 75% of whatever the girl sold the previous year. So the easiest way to do it is just to base it on the council per girl average. So if I'm a daisy, I'm going to take 162 times 75%, which is 122 boxes. Then I'm going to take that 122 boxes and break it up by this variety sold. So 122 times 28% is 34 boxes. So I'm going to order 34 boxes of Thin Mints. And then 122 times 17% is 20 boxes. So I'm going to order 20 boxes of Samoas, and so on and so forth. So that's how I would suggest helping the parents estimate if they have no idea where to even begin for their initial order. So then it comes time for initial order pickup. So you've helped the parents work through how many cookies they wanted. They've turned in their permission slip to you and the amount that they want. You've added up all of the cookies from all of the girls. You've submitted your initial order by the 14th at 11 p.m. So now it's time to pick up those cookies. So your cookie coordinator for your area will be in contact with you about when and where to pick up cookies. And that pickup will be somewhere between January 31st and February 6th. So they'll let you know specifics about what day it is picked. There are various dates based on when the delivery company could make it out to your area. When you arrive at initial order pickup, it'll be different depending on what the building is, but essentially you'll back your car up close to the building, and you'll go in and you'll talk with the cookie coordinator. They'll direct you to your pile of cookies. Then you will compare your pile of cookies to the paper, your report that you're going to take with how many cookies you're supposed to pick up. So that number that you added up and you put into the system, you're going to want to track that somewhere and take it with you to the initial order pickup so that you know what you're supposed to get when you get there. The cookie coordinator will also have a printout of what they show that you should get. And then you're going to count each of the cases of cookies and make sure you get the right amount. You have agreed that you've gotten the right amount of cookies. You will sign off on that form that they have there for you, stating that you've gotten the right amount of cookies. And then you're going to load them up into your car. And then you're going to take them somewhere else. Take them back to your house, take them to your meeting location, wherever you decide to take them, you're going to take them there. And then you should be good to go. You'll also get your order cards at initial order pickup, and any extra paperwork that you may need. They should have money envelopes, receipt books, any extra permission forms you may need. All of that will be at initial order pickup if you need any of that. So after you take the cookies away from the delivery site, we can't have them sorted at the delivery site because that just gets confusing with whose cookies are what, and we don't want to get anything mixed up. So we take them away. You take the total number of boxes and you sort them by girl. So if you have 5 cases of Thin Mints, and you've got 5 girls, each girl might get a case. So you're going to sort it into 5 piles and put 1 case in each pile. One of the keys is not to let anybody take any boxes until all orders are sorted. So we do this at the initial delivery site as well. Nobody can take any cases until all of the cases are sorted. And that's just to make sure that if counts are off when you get to that last one, you can figure out where your mistake is. So after they're sorted, you'll want to arrange a time for parents to pick up cookies. So you would do this ahead of time. So as soon as you know from the cookie coordinator when you're going to get your cookies, then you'll set a time with the parents for them to come pick up cookies from you. You'll want to make sure that when they come, they're going to count the cookies in the pile that you have for them, just like you did at the initial order delivery site. And then you will also have them sign that permission slip again with the count at the bottom of it, stating that they picked up the cookies from you. So you'll have them sign that. You'll give them their order card, and then you'll set a time for the next order to be into you. So that's for that cupboard order. If you're planning on placing that first cupboard order, and I can get that back over here for you. So if you're planning on placing the cupboard order on February 9th, I would recommend that they get you any order for additional cookies by February 8th. So the sale starts on the 7th. So if they're out pounding the streets the first day and they get a lot of their cookies sold, they may have an order to place with you on the 8th. And then you can place it on the 9th. Then it'll be ready that week for you to pick up those cookies. Also, set a time for the money to be back to you. So as we talked about earlier, that first ACH, which is where the money for the cookies minus the true profit comes out of your account, will be on February 25th. We want the money in the account by the 21st. So you'll want the first round of money for what they've sold to be to you by at least February 20th. That would be the latest date for them to get that to you. So we're still setting expectations. We're giving clear communication to the parents. So more information about the cupboard order. So here are the due dates again. The estimated pickup date will be by that Thursday. So if I place the order on February 9th, I should get them by the 13th. If I place it on the 16th, I should get them by the 20th. You will receive a call from your cupboard when your cookies are ready to go. So they'll call you. So they could call you Tuesday if we have a lot in stock. They could call you Wednesday if the truck comes early, but you will have them by Thursday. Unless weather sets us back, and then it may be Friday. You will want to make sure that you're not ordering cookies for someone who hasn't told you that they want cookies on these cupboard orders. So let's say you've got 10 girls in your troop, 9 of them have said, oh, I need 100 more boxes of cookies. So you're going to order 900 cookies. Don't order any cookies for that 10th girl because you don't know if her sales are going slow. You don't know if she's sold out. You don't know if she's done selling. You don't know any of that information. So don't order any cookies unless you have a commitment from a parent. None at all. You'll also want to know that as the sale goes as we go further into the sale, the demand cuts in half each week by consumers. So they're going to sell a lot of cookies this first week, and then they're going to sell quite a few cookies the second week. And then when we get down to the third, fourth, fifth, sixth week, they'll start to get cookied out, and you won't sell as many. There will still be people looking for the cookies, and people who ate their cookies early in the sale will want more, but it's going to be slower. So you're not going to want to order 100 cookies per girl on March 15th like you did on February 9th. I do want to go back a minute to individual girl pickup. So I said that when the girls pick up cookies, they need to sign a receipt saying that they picked it up. Anytime money or cookies are exchanged, there should be a receipt exchanged as well. A written out receipt. I gave the girl 5 Thin Mints, 5 trefoils, 5 Samoas. So I gave them 15 cookies. You sign it, the parent signs it. They get a copy of the receipt, and they should hold on to it as well, but you definitely need to hold on to it. If I'm a parent and I bring you $20, you're going to write me a receipt saying I paid you $20 for cookies. So anytime money or cookies are exchanged, there needs to be a receipt so it's documented. This is very, very important. So receipts every time. You'll also want to have other people help you count the money. So the person giving you the money should have counted it, you should count it, and maybe one other person like your co-leader should count it, or your troop treasurer. That's what's recommended, just to make sure everybody's on the same page and it's all been counted. And then the receipt can be signed, and the receipt can be given to the parent. I would also recommend then putting the money in a sealed envelope and holding on to it until you get to the bank. So it is suggested that you go to the bank as soon as possible, because it will be quite a bit of money that you're going to be holding on to. But if it's sealed, you'll know nobody got into it before you got it deposited. And then the bank teller will count it as well, and it should match what you wrote on the receipt to give to the parent. So when you make your deposits, people do this in a couple of different ways. Some people take each person's money that they got and they deposit it separately, so that on their bank statement it shows a $200 deposit and a $300 deposit. So it shows the different cookie deposits separately. So then you can go back on that receipt and write the person's name that deposited that money. That's one way of doing it. The other way is just to deposit all the cash together and staple the handwritten receipts of the money you received to the receipt from the deposit. So you have all of those names together. So you know that girl A, B, and C were the 3 girls that turned in money for deposit 1, and so on and so forth. So last but not least, we get to placing recognition orders. So at the beginning of the sale, and part of the financial literacy piece of the cookie program is setting goals. So at the beginning of the sale, when you set the goal, you'll want the girls to look at the recognitions, because there may be something that they really, really want at one of the levels, and they're going to set that as their goal to be able to get it. I would recommend making a copy or printing out the recognition spreadsheet from the troop guide and having the girls circle the exact item that they want, because some of the levels you can see there are multiple things that they can choose from, and you want to make sure that you're choosing the right thing for the girl, and not just assuming what she wants. So I'll pull this over here so you can see when you get down to 500 boxes here. So they can pick an Amazon gift card, an American Girl gift card, Walmart gift card, or Cookie Dough gift card for these. So what I would have them do is circle the one that they want, whether it's Amazon, American Girl, Walmart. That way, when we get to the end of the sale and you're trying to place the recognition order and you're like, oh no, she got 500 boxes, what does she want? You don't have to text her mom or call her mom and try to get that figured out. You already know because she already selected it. There's also a how-to video on our website of how to place the recognition order if you need to be able to do that. And we just talked about the selecting the rewards at the beginning of the sale. The last thing I want to touch base on when placing recognition orders, as you get toward the end of the sale, the idea is to sell out of cookies. So you want to end with 0 cookies for your troop. One way to do that is for girls to talk with one another about how many cookies they have left over. So if Susie is going to place a cupboard order with you for 50 boxes, but Amy has 45 boxes of the varieties that Susie's looking for to get rid of, and she can't get them sold, we can do a girl-to-girl transfer in the system from Amy to Susie so that Amy runs out of cookies and Susie still gets to fill the order that she has. But in doing that, that changes the rewards that the girls will get. So you'll want to make sure that the parents are telling you when those exchanges are happening, and that you get those documented before you place your recognition orders. Are there any questions? All right, I don't see any, so thank you for joining us for the leader chat. I appreciate your time. If you have any questions, you can contact our customer service or our customer care line at 888-623-1237 or customercare@girlscouts-gsci.org. Thanks and have a great night.